Hi guys, so welcome to a new video. So I just had toast and I got my drink. It's not even Starbucks, it's just in a Starbucks cup. I feel like I'm starting to like always have a drink in my hand when I'm filming. Yep, I am doing the Finally Fall book tag and I'm excited because this is like a new tag. I haven't heard of this tag and I don't exactly know who created it. I just seen Kat do it from Paperback Dream. Pretty sure that's it, Paperback Dreams. But anyway, let's just get into it. By the way, I don't know if I like this hairstyle or not. I feel like it's a little too tight on the top, but I don't feel like changing it. Also, I am on a break from school, so I may or may not, like I have to go back to school in like 10 minutes. Anyway, let's just get started before I run out of time. So number one would be in fall, the air is crisp and clear. Name a book with a vivid setting. I chose Chain of Gold by Cassandra Clare. I don't know if it was just because I read this physically, because usually I read books like through audio because I like doing something. I don't know, I feel like I concentrate more. Yeah, it's just I can picture everything almost perfectly in Cassandra Clare's books, especially Chain of Gold. From the Institute to like the picnic settings to the dark realm, I can picture everything vividly, and I still can, which is a shocker for me because I don't really remember a whole lot of books like months after I read them. There's a whole bunch more too, just this one was the first one that came into my mind, and I'm trying to, one, pick books that I have read this year or more recently, and two, I'm not trying to use books over and over again, except for one question, which is an exception, which you'll see later. But some of these books I've read like a year, maybe a year and a half ago, but I don't think I've read any of these books over like 2 years ago. Number two, nature is beautiful but also dying. Name a book that is beautifully written but also deals with a heavy topic like loss or grief. So for this one, I chose Get a Life, Chloe Brown by Talia Hibbert. I read this like 2 weeks ago and I really enjoyed this. It's an adult contemporary, and basically this girl is trying to get her life together. She also has chronic illness. I can't remember exactly which one or like what chronic illness it is, but she also has that. And basically her theme for the book would be, you know, if she dies, what would people say about her? So her own mind has told her that people would call her boring or she didn't really do much. So she essentially wrote this list. And then there's Reed, it's Red. He essentially struggles with like PTSD because he had an abusive relationship in the past, like verbally abusive, and it's a very occurring theme because what he does is he compares Chloe to her a lot, which obviously is a problem. But yeah, so it's definitely like a more heavier topic. There are definitely like heavier topics in this book. You know, there's obviously still like funnier moments and happy moments, and I really think that this book kind of has it all, which is why it's definitely a favorite for a lot of people right now. Number three, back to school season, share a non-fiction book that taught you something new. For that one is one of my favorite books, and I think this was in my favorite books of 2019 video. That is Salt of the Sea by Ruta Sepetys. I believe that's how you say it. This is like a Holocaust book. It follows 4 different perspectives, like 2 girls and 2 boys, and their perspectives are all basically setting to go to one place, which is this ship that is said to bring freedom. And I believe it's supposed to go to like the US, so it's like sort of like the safe haven. No, I believe that there's one guy who's like on the bad side, I guess you could say. He supports the Nazis and all that, and then there are the other people who are struggling to get there because it's also freezing, and then there's a girl who's pregnant, and then it's a really interesting book. But what I didn't know and what it taught me was that there was a ship, and this specific ship was said to hold only about like 3,000 people. I think like less than 3,000 people. It ended up holding 10,000 people. It was shot down. So it was said to be worse than the Titanic, and not many people talk about it. And I ended up crying in this book, or reading this book, and I just think that everyone should read this book. Please tell me it's not starting right now. Oh, it's starting. Ooh, Oh, no, it hasn't. Number 4 is, in order to keep warm, it's good to spend some time with people we love. Name a fictional family, household, friend group you'd like to be a part of. The Raven Boys by Maggie Stiefvater. You know, obviously there's like so many different friend groups that everyone wants to be a part of, and this is obviously one of them for me because 1, Gansey, 2, Blue, 3, Adam, 4, Ronan. Like, what other reasons do you need? Like, they always like go on adventures, dangerous adventures, which makes me probably would feel like a badass if I was in their friend group. I'd be like, oh my god, no guys, we're gonna get killed. But yeah, so not really much to say about this book. Everyone kind of knows about this book. But yeah, so that's that for the Raven Boys. I think I gotta go. Damn it. I'll be late, it's fine. Number 5, the colorful leaves are piling up on the ground to show a pile of fall-covered spines. Fall-colored spines. Sorry, I can't speak today. This will also be the one that I guess you reuse because we're only using the spines and we're not talking about the books themselves. Daisy Jones and the Six, The Elite, Carry On, Alex Approximately. It's pretty fall vibey. I mean, I don't think I did wrong. Actually, I have to go right now, so I will get back to you. Now I gotta go do math. So I am back. It is now 1 o'clock, whatever. Someone is mowing a lawn outside, and I'm sorry, but this is the only time that I can really record. We're just gonna go with it. Number 6, share a book where somebody is telling a story. And this one is a pretty obvious one if you know what this book is about. The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo by Taylor Jenkins Reid. There is a reporter who gets asked to interview Evelyn Hugo, who was a huge movie star in, I believe, like the 60s. She wanted an interview with this specific interviewer, which we don't know why. Well, I know why because I read it, but the readers who haven't read this don't know why. And so she's basically telling her story, and it's not just about the 7 husbands. The 7 husbands kind of represents her whole career because she got married very early in her career. So she's not just talking about the 7 husbands, she's talking about how she got into the business and how she made her name and the stuff that she had to go through and the stuff that people put her through and the husbands put her through. It's very interesting story, and there's definitely some sad parts. Definitely a book you'd want to read in the fall. I don't know why, but it just gives me fall vibes. There's nothing to really make it a fall book, but it just gives me fall vibes. I don't know. Number 7 is The Nights Are Getting Darker. Share a dark, creepy read. One thing about me is that I don't like creepy stuff. Very mild is fine. Like the movie It, I laugh at that. It's not like that scary for me. But if you compare that to like Annabelle or The Conjuring or something that could actually happen, or that has actually happened because Annabelle is real, it scares me. I've seen Annabelle Creation, like the time it came out, the year it came out, so like 2017, and I had nightmares, and that was the last really scary movie that I ever seen. So anyway, so of course I didn't pick like a super horror filled book, but it does have like spooky vibes. House of Salt and Sorrow by Erin A. Craig. I think like if you want just like a spooky read, or if you want like a Halloween read, this book is perfect for that. But essentially this is a retelling of the 12 Dancing Princesses, I believe. The main character's sisters keep dying off very brutal deaths, but now she's starting to connect it with something. There's some paranormal activity in it. I think I gave it like a 3 stars. It wasn't that bad, but it wasn't like super great. But yeah, I think that this is a pretty cool, creepy read, especially if you get scared really easily, but you want to have like a spooky sort of read. This is the read for you. Number 8, The Days Are Getting Colder. Name a short, heartwarming read that could warm up somebody's cold and rainy day. Alex Approximately. This isn't a fall read, but it definitely has the fall colors. I actually haven't read a like fluffy fall romance or anything cutesy that revolves in fall, but this was the closest that I got, and it's honestly like a cute little read. There's this girl who is moving with her dad who's in California, and she's been talking to this guy who lives in California, but she hasn't wanted to say anything to him. So she starts working at this museum, and this guy, Porter, he works there, and it's a slight enemies to lovers romance. If you're into that, this is your book. Number 9, fall returns every year. Name an old favorite that you'd like to return to soon. For that question, I chose Percy Jackson and the Olympian series. I didn't finish the series yet, but I'm on, I believe, like the 4th book, but it's been a while, and it's actually like, it's a really fun read. Like, there are definitely some funnier parts, and then there's Camp Half-Blood, and then just the whole like Greek, you know, mythology in it. I want to get into Greek mythology a lot more, so definitely reading these books will help with that. Number 10, which is the last question. Fall is perfect for cozy reading nights. Share your favorite cozy reading accessories. Say less. We have a blanket. This has been my favorite blanket for a year now. My dad got it for me last year, and it has like a hood. My favorite fall candle is pumpkin apple from Bath & Body Works. Smells so good, and it's definitely not like super strong or super sweet. This one, nope. Last but not least, it's not an accessory, it's a sound. Ambiance, or yeah, like the ambiance backgrounds. Like there's like library ones, cafes for like rainy days. Sometimes I listen to the lo-fi ones. Perfect. That concludes the finally fall book tag. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you guys are having a great day. I hope the day that I post this is very sunny and very good lighting, and I wish you guys all good luck for the day. And I will see you in my next video.